Let's start our video with a brief introduction of food deserts. So what is food desert? A food desert is a geographic area where good quality and affordable foods are not available or accessible. And the area is usually characterized by low income, poor transportation, and low living standard. Now, let's test if York is a food desert from three aspects. First, food affordability. We find out that some stores on campus charge theater prices, or they just don't offer specials that may be offered by off-campus franchises. This is because of the monopoly power of the suppliers, and so students have no other options but buy foods from them. Secondly, food quality. Almost 30% of on-campus restaurants are fast food restaurants. Not to mention there is a burger station in every of our campus cafe. Students need to be energetic in class to learn effectively. But obviously, fast food cannot offer the nutrition we need. Third, food availability and accessibility. Some students have special nutrition needs, such as vegan, diabetes, find it hard to settle their demands. And we think restaurants on campus should take the responsibility to have students with special nutrition needs have their demands and needs accommodated.
Social determinants of health are how things like income and social status affect one's health. These are things like race, gender, and class. When students are transitioning from high school to university and are coming internationally, their eating habits quickly change due to newfound responsibility and independence in making healthy food choices. Time and convenience are one of the main factors that influence our choices, especially when we have work or other non-curricular activities. Food insecurity is said to be linked to poor dietary quality and a high level of nutritional vulnerability, increased risk of chronic health problems, and the worsening of health problems that require a special diet. Many fast food restaurants offer discounted combos, while high-end restaurants charge full price for most of their healthy food items. So what can York do? York can further educate students on healthy food choices and can stop partnering with fast food restaurants that pose long-term health risks to those who eat there regularly.
GM foods stand for genetically modified foods. This means that they have genes from other plants and animals. How are they made? Genetically modified foods today are made by modern biotechnology, which is a transfer of genes between organisms that would not be able to breed otherwise. Pros of GM foods: higher crop yields, being able to feed more people. Genetically modified foods have also been engineered to stay fresher for a longer period of time. Cons of genetically modified foods: allergies in people. Allergies in people happen because some genes that are used to create genetically modified foods could possibly be taken from another food that can trigger an allergic reaction. Price of upkeep: the pesticide treadmill. This is when farmers get trapped into buying and using more toxic pesticides. This happens because the pests develop a resistance to the chemicals, passing down the immunity to their offspring. Runoff, which leads to bioaccumulation. The pesticides from the crops run off into the water, which lead to bioaccumulation. This is the accumulation of toxins. This links upwards in the food chain. For example, smaller fish that have toxins in them get eaten by bigger fish that get eaten by us. How can we help? Community gardens. A community garden is a large garden on a piece of land that is all collectively taken care of by a group of people, a community. Buy locally when you can. It helps decrease pollution in Canada, supports the Canadian economy, and you can also buy and eat organic food.
Food insecurity is a public health issue for Aboriginal people. Poverty, the effects of climate change, environmental pollution on traditional food systems, and high rates of diet-related diseases are some of the key factors that contribute to this food insecurity. To fully conceptualize their food security needs, we must take into account their traditional food practices. They have unique food security considerations, such as how they harvest, share, and consume their food. Wild harvest foods like meat, fish, berries, and other plants are part of their traditional food system, which is very much a part of their cultural identity, health, and survival. Traditional foods are the primary aspects of their special relation between them and the land. They carry significance, symbolism, and spiritual value. Climate change changes the migratory patterns of many of the animals that they depend upon. Country foods, such as fish, may be contaminated with toxins from nearby factories. Aboriginal people also face high rates of poverty. This makes it harder for them to access these quality foods and instead have to settle for market foods. Elders have also seen a decrease in the interest in the transfer of cultural knowledge to young people. But understanding what food security means is complicated because of the wide range of diversity of the food consumption patterns. The loss of cultural knowledge is common in urban areas, where the fast food restaurants and other market foods are popular. Those who wish to continue on with traditional food system may be dependent on relatives who have access to these country foods. So this is why looking at food sovereignty first, rather than food security, is important. Food security is the goal, while food sovereignty describes how to get there. Food sovereignty can be defined as the right to healthy and culturally appropriate foods produced through ecologically sound and sustainable methods, and the right to define their own food and agricultural system.